Pageant Confidential. The road to Miss America continues with Lara Spencer.
The 53 newly crowned state winners meet for the first and only time before they head to the big pageant 5 months away.
I'm Allie Rogers, and I've had 2 years at Clemson University.
Becoming indoctrinated into the Miss America way and learning the ground rules at a summer orientation in Orlando is also a chance to size up the competition. At a meet and greet group dinner, each young woman is asked to share something surprising about themselves.
I've broken over 40 bones in my body.
I won a hot dog eating contest.
My feet are not the same size.
I can imitate a seagull.
But it's Miss New Jersey who steals the show. A rare departure, perhaps, from the manicured image of a reigning beauty queen, but there's a lot of unexpected among this year's contestants, like Miss New York, Mallory Hagan, who still rides the subway and waits tables.
You decided on everything?
Miss Utah, Kara Arnold, is a scientist with a passion for biochemistry.
We can cook up some science. So this is called elephant's toothpaste.
From grade schoolers to goats, meet Miss Wyoming, Lexi Madden.
Goats are pretty well-mannered. You can almost just walk them like a dog.
She takes her experience from the farm she grew up on in Torrington, Wyoming.
In Miss America, you constantly want to keep eye contact with your judges. Same kind of thing when you're showing goats. I never thought that showing goats would necessarily teach me some important lessons for being a pageant girl.
As if that weren't enough, the self-proclaimed goat girl was also a pig wrestler.
Yes, Miss Wyoming was a pig wrestler. This is a pig wrestling medal, 2003. That's when I started my pig wrestling career.
I think there are a lot of stereotypes that come along with pageant girls. As I'm talking with crowns in the background, and 5 of them are from pageants, and the rest are homecoming, and well, I don't know where I was going with that. Dang it.
Maintaining a flawless image is critical for a Miss America to be.
You're very careful about your words. What's going through your head when you're carefully choosing?
I'm constantly filtering what I say and what I do, because I'm not just Miss South Carolina, I'm Allie.
Pageants run in Allie's family. Her mother was also once a pageant queen.
I was Miss Lawrence County, and now my daughter is Miss Lawrence County too. We have barbecue and macaroni and cheese and corn and potato souffle, and here's what we have for Allie.
It's not even fair. I'll be having that and that and that.
Most of the contestants follow a strict diet. We noticed a lot of chicken and greens.
Guessing McDonald's is probably not a large part of your world.
No, I'd like for it to be, but it's not. Not right now.
From now until game time, every calorie counts. Miss Florida, Laura McKeeman, may be sneaking something fried so her coach doesn't see, but there's no hiding something else.
So I have a very flat butt, and it's been kind of a problem. One of the main projects is my butt, because it's very hard to make a butt not be flat unless you're doing a ton of glute exercises. So my trainer has been wonderful, where we just do a ton of glute things. Anytime I'm in a hotel room, traveling, whatever I'm doing, every day I'm like, okay, let's work this butt out.
You can see it in this dress.
Yeah.
I did say to her, we've got to do something about the fact that your butt's flat. I mean, I'm sorry, but that... I am proud of you because you're doing a great job.
Coaches like Mary Sullivan know there's a fine line between boosting her up and breaking her down.
Well, you want to be sensitive. It's never about what's wrong. It's just about what could be improved upon and made a little bit better.
The nitpicking feeds into the natural insecurities all women face, even ones that look like this, adding to the already mounting pressure as game time approaches only a few short months from now. Back up in South Carolina, Allie Rogers is also contending with a perceived flaw.
Her legs are her problem area genetically, so we've got to find a way to shrink her legs and get them smaller and get them toned. A lot of people are going to look at Allie's weight and say that You know, man, she doesn't need to lose any more weight, but for a competition like this, where the stakes are high, you know, Allie's probably got about 7 or 8 more pounds to lose.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Your trainer told you needed to lose 7 or 8 more pounds. How does that feel to hear?
It's just more motivation for me and a reminder for me that, okay, I'm wearing a swimsuit on stage, potentially in front of millions of people on national television. That kind of puts things into perspective.
And the perspective is even bigger for some, like Miss Maine, Molly Bouchard, who lost over 50 pounds before winning her state. In fact, the very first time Molly ever put on a bikini in her entire life was just a few months ago on the Miss Maine stage.
That was very scary. And I mean, I still felt self-conscious, but when I walked out there, I pretended I was a Victoria's Secret model and I owned the world.
Confidence in every step is currency for a Miss America to be, including those steps they will take on stage, literally. On this day, Miss Maine will work on perfecting her stage walk with a few pointers from a former Miss Maine.
When you put your left foot, your right arm goes out. It's very robotic, and then you just, and make sure you equally bend your arm. Every woman has an arm that just doesn't work well for them.
I think I'm tripping. I think I'm literally tripping. What?
What does not come naturally to Miss Maine comes easily to Miss Wyoming.
It's great, okay? The only thing I would say is make sure that each pose you make has a purpose.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, it's just a pose, you know, but the more intent you have behind everything you do, the better it's going to come off.
As the training, the dieting, and the scrutiny continue, we learn that all of these women struggle in different ways, including financially. For some, Miss America is a story of haves and have-nots. South Carolina is considered a pageant state because there's big funding and big resources.
Obviously way too big for just me.
For her year as Miss South Carolina, Allie is put up in a gorgeous apartment. She's given a wardrobe and a car.
I like to brag on my truck and my car sponsor, but I realize that not every girl gets a car sponsor. I wanted a truck since I was a little girl, and so this is like my dream truck.
Do you think that South Carolina has an advantage over the other states that don't have the resources?
I don't think when it comes to competing for Miss America that the resources for the job itself during the year matter at all.
Once I won Miss Wyoming, I was only given 2 sponsors. We do not have a fuel sponsor, a car sponsor, a wardrobe sponsor.
Miss Wyoming struggles to come up with the money to finance her Miss America journey. Today, Lexi is getting ready to bring in some cash with a fundraiser in her hometown of Torrington, Wyoming.
Woo! Wyoming wind.
Her mother plays stylist.
Turn around and face me, babe. I can't see if it's straight.
Here we go. $5,000 to go. 5,000.
Her father is an auctioneer by profession.
$7.5. $1,000 now. 12.5.
Attendance is big. Even her former rivals are here to support her. They are 2 of the 7 ladies she competed against to become Miss Wyoming.
Holy cow, sometimes it gets stressful. We are so truly thankful to have all of you here.
The event is a huge success, bringing in over $44,000. That's more than the average annual salary here in Wyoming.
That's a lot, wow. That's so much. Oh my goodness.
That was my pleasure.
Thank you.
It was very good. Very successful.
Yeah,
Proud
holy
of you.
cow.
Good morning.
Getting to Miss America can feel a bit like being a politician on the campaign trail. Long days, lots of appointments, and mandatory charity work.
Crowning up, sash up, and then we're off.
Today, Miss New Mexico, Candace Benet, hits the parking lot at a local Walmart.
I know you're going to make a donation to Children's Miracle Network today. Okay.
The scene is a stark reminder of how unglamorous being glamorous can be, and that being a beauty queen doesn't always turn heads.
Even just like $1 or the change in your pocket, sometimes I'm invisible with a crown on. They come up to me and they're thinking, oh, she's just a beauty queen.
But Miss New Mexico has a little secret. Coming up, how she ensures her body is pageant perfect.
If it bag sags or drags, it has to be nip tucked and sucked.
Also coming up, when the contestants arrive in Vegas and the not so pretty side of the competition surfaces.
The daggers have come out.